How you doing, Mark?
Good. I think this is recording. Okay, it looks like it's recording. We are an hour delayed because Jay, where are you right now?
I am in Baltimore. I have to work 1 week a year in Baltimore, and guess which week it was?
How is it goddamn possible that you have to work the 1 week of the finals?
Not only that, the hotel I'm in is in a dispute with ABC, so I couldn't watch the game on the TV. So I had to spend the entire time sitting on the bed staring at my phone, streaming through the ESPN app.
How do you have the one hotel that has dispute with ESPN? Your hotel, the DoubleTree is like we don't like want to stand for ABC's policies.
Yeah, so I watched the greatest comeback in NBA playoff history on my phone
Holy shit!
because I didn't bring my iPad. I said I won't need it.
Because ABC is a broadcast station. Literally, if they have a TV, they will have ABC.
Right. I was like, can you just put a coat hanger with some tinfoil at the window so we can get this makeshift antenna working? Anyway,
What was it?
then
What's the hotel's dispute? How did they have a dispute with ABC?
I have no
The
idea.
city of Baltimore is like, God damn it, we stand with Trump against Jimmy Kimmel.
I could do a whole podcast on what I did trying to get the game to work because the TV apps, I was like, oh, I'll just sign up for live TV through either Amazon or Hulu or YouTube TV so I can watch the. It didn't have any of those apps. It had the Calm app, it had the Peloton app. There's no bike in this room, but I have a Peloton app.
Right, right. You can watch the game through your Peloton app, right?
So anyway, let's talk about the
Let's
greatest
go.
comeback in NBA
So
history.
anyway, I am downloading. I'm recording this episode, which may or may not be successfully uploaded. We will see what happens. It'll be really frustrating if it's not. Can I tell you about my viewing experience?
I'm sure it was better than mine.
Well, I might as well have been the alcoholic parent, or the alcoholic like husband, abusive husband. Like I was the worst during this game. I was so excited, obviously, like, through the roof to watch it. My son was really excited also. We start off basically yesterday with my wife being like, he can't stay up for the game. He's got a Spanish final the next morning. And I was like, she's like, it's not the last game, not the big deal. He'll get to watch the game on Saturday. Not the last game. I tell my son, he's like devastated, losing his mind. And I'm like, you know what, son? You're right. Spanish final. Who cares about the Spanish final? The Knicks are never going to be in the finals again. This is more important. So my wife's
Dios mío.
so my wife's like, fine, fine, he can watch. And she's like, so like, whatever. She's like, if he doesn't get to a good college, it's all your fault because of tonight. Okay, a lot of pressure. Anyway, we start watching the game. Immediately, I could not get, we'll get into the game in a second. I could not get more angry about the calls for the referee. I am losing my goddamn mind. Like, just to the point, my son's like, what's going, my son misses the first minute of the game. He comes in the room. He's like, what happened? I was
The
like,
game's already over.
I was like, the NBA has fixed the game. The refs are cheating. This is bullshit. Life sucks. Welcome to life, son. So, so just completely, I'm off the rails already. Just losing my mind. We're watching the game. It's just goddamn terrible. My daughter's coming in. What happened? I'm like the worst. I'm like the world ended. That's what happened, honey. Go inside. She's like, I want to watch with you. Like, you're being too loud. I can't hear the misery on the TV. Get out of here. So, and then she starts crying. It's just terrible. Everything's just terrible. We get like close to the half, down by like 1,000,000 points. My wife's like, well, what's going on? I'm like, the game's over. She's like, well, can't the Knicks just come back in the second half? I'm like, stop talking. You've no idea what you're talking about. The game is over. She's like, but like if the Knicks do this, if the Spurs do it in one half, can't the Knicks just come? You have no idea what you're talking about. She's like, I hate you when you watch basketball. I'm like, whatever. we
You
get
get a
to
divorce.
we get to halftime. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, fuck it. She's right about the Spanish final. Like, the Spanish final is more important than watching the Knicks get their ass kicked. I'm like, son, you want to just like go upstairs and like go to sleep because the game's over? He's like, okay, sure, fine, you're right. Then like 5 minutes pass, he's still like staring at his phone and like looking at TikTok. I'm like, you want to go upstairs? She's like, you said you wanted to watch with me. You said you were so excited to watch with me. I'm like, I'm sorry, but the game's over. We have a whole fight about that. He's like, he slams his door. I'm like, God damn it. And so like my wife's like, why'd you send? It's just chaos in the house. I'm sitting there in the third quarter watching the game. Like I can't. Like I'm like I want to turn this off. I'm like staring on Twitter as I'm watching the game, kind of half-heartedly. I'm like, this is the worst goddamn night ever. The Knicks start obviously playing well. They start playing well, and then like somewhere in like around the fourth quarter, I'm like, oh shit. is this going to happen? Is this going to freaking happen? And then I'm like, I did not wake my son up for like the the Cavaliers game. I'm like, I'm not gonna be this fucking stupid. I get my son. I wait a little too long. I wake my son up. He's like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, Knicks are down by 4. 4 minutes to go. He's like, holy shit, really? He runs downstairs, and we just have like the most amazing experience watching this.
You waited until 4 points.
You know what? I kept thinking, I'm like, well, they're down by 7. Like, if I can bring him down here and they lose the game, my wife's gonna be like, you woke him up. He's so tired for this basketball, and they still lost. So I really wanted to make sure, like, it was. I waited a little bit too long. I mean, we got the best part of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, that's a whole goddamn rant that no one cares about. But holy shit, Jay. Have you been? I've been hooking up. I hooked up. I don't know if you did this, Nick content to my goddamn veins, and I've been taking them in the entire. I can't take it. I am through the roof, Jay. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible what just happened. I mean, not only did I think you would agree with me, the refs did everything they could to make the Knicks lose. I mean, I refuse to believe that the refs missed 2 back-to-back obvious goaltends. Like,
the second one actually was not a goaltend.
It wasn't an offensive goaltend?
It looked like on the replay that like the ball actually came off the cylinder. I thought at first it was, but I do think maybe Wemby did not commit the goaltend there.
Either way, the first one was like all the way down.
Someone was like, well, it was the pass. I'm like, the ball was heading to the rim. It doesn't matter what the guy's intention was. It was going to hit the rim.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought, I was like, okay, it's rigged. And the Spurs got super hot and hit a record amount of threes. So the combination of the two, the Knicks are down by 29 points. I'm like, I'm going to watch anyway because I spent about an hour and a half trying to get the game to work anyway. So now I'm just hate watching. And their third quarter starts. They're chipping away a little bit. And I'm like, okay, but they're still down by like 19 points. So
right.
who gives a shit?
But when they got to 19, you're like, maybe?
Well, then I was like, okay, I want to go to bed because I'm furious at this point. But I'm like, maybe if they get it down to like 12 by the end of the quarter, I'll keep watching. And they got it to like, I think 14 or 15.
At the quarter, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, 15. It's only one shot away from where I wanted them to be, so I'll watch 5 more minutes. And every time I was like 5 more minutes, they had just enough away for me to say 5 more minutes.
It was so goddamn insane. So just going back a little, the anger to the ecstasy of this game is like an experience I've never had with a game. But the beginning, the first play of the game, basically, Fox drives to the basket, kind of bumps into Cat. They call the foul, and I guess technically it's a foul, but like it's insane the way the series has been called to call that. I mean,
you could call that on every single play on both sides.
I've always thought the offensive player should not be allowed to initiate the contact for that. Like,
right,
it's not like Cat was in his. If Cat's in your way, that makes sense. He veered to the right to get to hit him. Okay, fine. You call that.
It should have been a no call, but yeah.
Then the play, the most insane play I've ever seen was Wemby reaches in basically to kind of grab a hold of Cat. Cat gets the ball, starts driving. Wemby leaves his hand in there. Even Mike Breen was like, he could have removed his arm at any time without an issue. They see the play in real time. They're like, call the foul on Wemby, review it with the added benefit of instant replay. The refs are like, oh yeah, we have money on the Spurs.
Yeah, at first it was a call on Wemby. I'm like, okay, a makeup call for the other one. And they're like, no, just 2 on Towns. And like now he's sitting 1 minute into the game.
There was I saw a clip online of Tim Donaghy, who was convicted of basically fixing games. And he made a whole point that the NBA would do things where they're like, there was like, before certain games, they were like, here are the calls we want you to focus on. Here are our points of emphasis. And they'd always be about basically giving the advantage to one team over another. And I'm watching this being like, clearly the chicken wing thing, they were like, you have to call this on Towns, basically, when he does this. Because it just seems such a goddamn setup. And all you have to do is you take Towns out of the mix, and the Spurs should be able to beat the Knicks. That was it, basically.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. I know the Spurs got hot, but Towns has been red hot on defense. And,
right.
Now you got Mitch who plays so little. He's exhausted after about 4 minutes of gameplay.
Right.
So and he can't get out to the 3-point line. So they start catching fire and hitting every three. Now Brown has got no choice. We got Huck Porty in there, and it's not to be a dirty fouler. It's because they just need a body out there.
It's crazy. The like basically like we see like the goaltend, and you're like the goaltend is ridiculous, and there's like other fouls going on that seem ridiculous, and the whole time you're like you look online and people are like, well, the Knicks don't really complain about the fouls. They're down by 25 points. Like it's not about the refs, and I'm like, it's obviously about the refs. You're so angry, but they're like, but the Spurs fans, like, but when you're down by 25 points, it's really hard to bitch about the refs, right?
It is if you don't look at any of the context leading up to that.
Right. But there's no one ever was going to, unless you're a diehard Knicks fan, you're never going to look at that context and you'll be like, oh, the Knicks just sucked that night. And they're right, the Spurs, as angry as you were getting, the Spurs could not miss a goddamn shot.
Yeah. Yeah, they were hitting ridiculous shots, and it wasn't like one guy caught fire. It was like 6 guys caught fire all at the same time.
Oh.
So they're all like NBA Jam flames coming out of the ball. Like,
don't forget the moment.
Not even hitting rim. Yeah, and then Wemby tries to have his Halliburton moment.
Right. The the refs haven't been calling flagrant fouls in this, and they're finally going to call one against the Knicks.
Yeah.
So Wemby, do you want to describe what happened, Jay?
Yeah, you take it.
Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, Wemby, basically Mitch kind of puts his elbow up, hits Wemby a little bit. Wemby falls over because he's just, I don't understand Wemby. He's supposed to be this new face of the league. He flops. He plays dirty. He's kind of just an arrogant, seems like kind of an arrogant prick, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be a good guy. I don't know. His when he's pointing to his head and being like, I'm in your head, which became like the biggest, I mean, it's going to be one of the great memes of all time. But in the moment.
If they won by 30, that I'm in your head would have been like the Reggie Miller and the Halliburton choke symbol. And that's what he wanted. He was manufacturing that moment.
Right. But it actually became the exact opposite. Now it's basically the moment before everything crashes down upon you.
Yeah, that was the basketball gods being like, all right, you've taken this a bit too far. We can't even condone this.
Right. That was right before people were like, this is going to go. I mean, it could not have actually gone more poorly after that. Basically, what was it? I saw this. There was a stat that in the fourth quarter, Jose Alvarado had 8 points. Wemby had 2 points. Alvarado had 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Wemby had 0 rebounds and 0 assists. Alvarado outplayed the 7'4", 7'5" alien.
So part of this was the Knicks played insane defense in the second half. They were locked in.
They completely locked in.
Spurs went a bit cold, but also I think they got too cocky about their 3-point shooting.
Well,
do you know how many points in the paint they had in the third quarter?
I was just going to say that. God damn you, Jay. It's like we're looking at the same Twitter account. 0 points in the paint.
Yeah.
Wemby
with a 7'4" guy, you had 0 points in the paint.
He played the entire third quarter, but for 1 minute, and they couldn't score a single point in the paint.
So that's not great.
That's not great. Wemby is maybe like the fakest tough. How can Wemby not be able to score in the paint?
He can score in the paint if there is like another twig, who's the Spurs guy? The Thunder guy? Holmgren, yeah. Like he can bully guys like that, but bigger guys like Towns, he can't. He doesn't even try and go in the paint when Towns is there.
Do you think he gets tired?
He's faster than Mitch, so he'll drive against Mitch, but against Towns he doesn't even try. He definitely gets tired. I'm guessing with a frame that big, you're going to get tired quicker. But even in the beginning of the game, he's not really doing much against Towns.
No, he's not doing much against Towns at all.
He's doing a lot more like outside shooting, and you'd think at that height, but the weight difference and the strength difference is so bad between him and Towns. Like, He's
Yeah,
just overmatched.
he
Towns
does.
is better than Wemby. I know everyone's like, "Oh, he's the face of the league and everything." Towns is a better player than Wemby.
I mean, there's no question. I mean, this series is showing that he's the better player. Oh, by the way, do you know
Yeah,
Towns has been a plus in plus the plus my stat? He has been plus. He's been a plus for the last 18 straight playoff games, which is
NBA record.
NBA record since they started tracking this in 1997. That's pretty good for a guy who was considered soft, not a good defender. People are like, "What are the Knicks doing trading for him?" He's outplaying the alien.
He sure is.
I mean, he's really like, and I'm sure Wemby will get better in his career, and like this, when the Knicks finally finish winning the series, and Wemby has the whole offseason to realize how this will be a good learning experience for Wemby in his longer term career. But he is not outplaying. His defense is great to a certain extent, but his offense is just like he can't seem to be. He gets bullied around too much.
Well, he had no points in the paint in the third quarter. He missed 2 free throws in the fourth,
Holy shit!
and a couple jumpers.
The end of this game was so crazy. The missed free throws by Wemby, who shoots 90% from the line, missed. It was like Nick Anderson in the freaking Orlando series.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I thought that was ridiculous. Hey, I have a question for you, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
This is a totally separate category. It's conversation. I was wondering, do you like to save? Do you think it's important to save?
To save?
Save, like save for a rainy day. Is that important?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so when you save, like that means when it's raining, like I'm just wondering, like when you save, what do you use your timeouts for when you save them?
A crucial moment, maybe a challenge.
Right. Well, let's just say your team is like in the middle of the greatest collapse in playoff history. Do you keep your timeouts, or do you like use them?
Yeah, that's the rainy day.
Is it coaching malpractice mid monsoon not to be like, hey, can we pause the monsoon?
Maybe he was saving those for a challenge. I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. They used their challenges. They used their challenges early, right?
You know he used a challenge in the second play of the game, but like he had another one. But I think he might have used another one. But he ended the game with one timeout left.
I did not know that. That's hilarious.
How do you? I mean, you're getting crushed. Maybe, hey Mitch, Jonathan, you ever can go back in time and you find a way to go back in time. Here's my advice: in the middle of your epic collapse, go timeout. Hey guys, instead of jacking up threes that we keep missing, why don't we try to score in the paint? Hey, instead of shooting the ball with 19 seconds to go on the shot clock, maybe 8 seconds to go on the clock. Maybe you want to burn some time because we're up by 25 points.
No, you know what you should do? You should drive as fast as you can and take a Hail Mary layup.
There's a clip I saw online. I love all these clips. There's a clip of Mike Brown, who was then the coach of the Sacramento Kings. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about a game they just had in which he instructed his players, the other team could score a 2, but do not let them shoot a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And what the deciding play was De'Aaron Fox, who was covering inside the arc, not covering the 3-point line. And the guy who was covering shot a 3, and I guess they won the game. Mike Brown was fired the next day. Holy shit. And he fired everyone's and apparently De'Aaron Fox was kind of like one of those guys that was pro-firing Mike Brown. Perhaps Fox was the issue, not Mike Brown. Just perhaps.
Fox has been so bad.
I saw this clip online. I was thinking of this clip with this also. When they had the loose ball and De'Aaron Fox went down for the layup and OG blocked him.
Yeah.
Do you remember what is there a finals moment that makes you think of?
The LeBron block?
No, I was thinking of Ginobili, who had the similar situation, but instead just dribbled around the court to kill time so the Spurs could win the game.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do, is dribble around till you get fouled, not go for a shot.
Do you know if he just stops short and takes a 5-foot bunny jumper, like they win the game?
If he just stops short and holds the ball, they probably win. He couldn't have done. There's nothing he could have done that was worse than what he did.
Right. I actually saw a couple of highlight clips because he shot an air ball and he had a turnover. And somebody was suggesting that he did a Rozier and he was actually like rigging the game against the Spurs.
I like they were
You know you had a bad game when people think you're like literally trying to lose the game.
my two favorites were they said once a Sacramento King, always a Sacramento King, and the other one
That's good.
was apparently he's still playing for Mike Brown.
That's good too.
Holy crap! There were so many amazing things from this game. The okay, so the OG tip in, greatest shot. This is the all-time biggest play in our lifetime.
So it was there's some stat where it was like the farthest away somebody has like tipped the ball uh like with their fingertips and had it gone in like ever or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like it must be maybe in the playoff. God, who the hell knows?
He was far. If you look at the replay, he was far away. Like I don't even know how that went in.
There's so many great moments from that. First, they don't cover the inbounder, which basically they don't cover the inbounder so they could double Brunson because they're positive Brunson will shoot.
Yeah.
Which is true. He does shoot right away. But like the
Yeah.
plan basically, I am positive Mike Brown said on the sideline, Jalen, Wemby's going to be covering you. Get him as far away from the basket. Shoot right away. And that way we'll have Towns and OG. Everyone will crash the board. If it doesn't go in, we will put the ball back in the basket, basically. Which had to be the plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because they were doubling Brown, no one covered OG to the basket, which also was just absolutely brilliant by Mitch Johnson.
Doubling Brunson.
Right, doubling Brunson. Yeah, no, because they're doubling Brunson, no one was covering OG. That was insane. Yeah. And then you see the reverse on the last play of the game. Mike Brown's like, "Yeah, we're going to take one of our tallest players and have him do jumping jacks in front of the inbounder. That might be a better idea."
Yeah. They did a couple interesting things. Like there was a play where Hart had Castle by the half court line, and Castle's like kind of falling backwards already. And instead of taking a step forward, Hart took a step backwards towards Wemby, who was the only guy Castle could pass to, which was a brilliant defensive play. Most people would stick with the guy they're covering, and I believe it was Castle. I had to like throw it to somebody else, like farther away, and it got stolen. So, like, things like that. Like, I know Hart missed that one layup, which I don't know how he missed, but he made up for it on the defensive end. He had some really nice defensive plays.
Did you hear what he said? He said that he basically said something along the lines of, like in all seriousness, thank you, OG, because basically I never would have lived this moment down. Like, thank you for saving my NBA life.
Yeah. Imagine to have a 28-point comeback and then you miss a wide open free layup for no reason.
Yeah, that would have been insane. But did you see what Cat did on the last play? On the last play, when they're trying to inbound the ball, for whatever reason, I don't know why the fans were allowed to stand so close, but he gestures to the fans, stand a little bit closer to the. Who was inbounding the ball? Was that Fox throwing it, or who was that? I forget who. Remember. But he said stand a little closer. So the fans actually stood a little bit closer. They really boxed him in, basically, when he tried to throw the ball. It gave him even less room, which was like kind of ridiculous. And then, of course, Towns tipped the ball, so they couldn't get the ball to Castle.
Yeah. And then Castle tried to draw the foul. They didn't even start the shot clock when Towns tipped it. So I know a lot of Spurs fans are saying Castle got fouled at the end, but technically, when Towns' fingertip touched it, the clock starts. The Castle possession never happens.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I also never. The last play of the game, and there was one like a second to go. They never call the foul unless it's really blatant.
Yeah, you have to really like hack somebody that.
Okay.
Even them, the refs are probably like, you know what, fuckers, like we gave you 45 straight calls and you still blew it. Like
did you not see the silver platter? We handed the game to you.
Right.
Like,
the Knicks are gonna have to literally like teabag you for us to call a foul. So
right. Like the most insane. Like you couldn't have had the game. It was just ridiculous.
I mean, Brunson did his second half thing, even though he's been brutal in the first half. He hit huge shots. Alvarado was like a saver because McBride's been pretty bad this series, but Alvarado's really stepped up.
That's also like, I mean, I love Tibbs, but Mike Brown, just the things. I mean, he obviously has great the strategies. He's fantastic, but the balls to be like, hey, you know how we're not playing Alvarado and Brunson together at all in the regular season or the playoffs? In the biggest moment of the finals, we're gonna put them together and see how it goes.
Or how about this guy that filled our 15th spot in April?
Right.
I'm going to give him fourth quarter crunch time minutes in the finals.
I mean, it's also just like he sees he's like McBride. We could count on all season. He's not working out. Let's go to someone else. He can mix and match these bench guys. Like Alvarado had some enormous that layup he had, the 3-pointer. He was the almost backcourt violation.
Yeah, I don't know how that wasn't. To be honest,
you have to take your feet and the ball have to go over the half court line. So he kept the ball behind the line, so it didn't. Yeah,
smart,
very smart.
He's a smart player. He really
is a very
is.
smart player. He's the anti De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, I don't think Tibbs plays Alvarado, and I don't think he benches McBride. Like, I don't think. Well, we saw last playoffs where the only time he did was in an elimination game where he just panicked and did whatever. But he stuck with things that weren't working for full games. So I got to give Brown credit for making these adjustments.
Brown's been awesome. Okay, I took a series of like 3,000 notes. Let me go through some of these things with you just because I'm going to lose my mind if I don't. Do you know how well OG has shot in the playoffs and the finals?
I saw it's something like the greatest ever, like better than Jordan.
So playoffs, it's 21 points a game on 58% shooting, 51% from three. In the finals, 24 points per game, 58% from the field, 57 from three.
When you include his insane defense, he really should get Finals MVP. I know he won't because it's usually more of a name recognition.
I mean, you can't.
They gave it to Kobe when he was 7 for 23 and Gasol outplayed him, but
I mean, you can't argue. So if OG got it, you'd be like, makes sense. He's been phenomenal. Towns is probably not going to get it at this point, even though he's been great. But they give the Brunson, you're like, well, Brunson did kind of engineer the comebacks we've had. Even this past game, he hit some amazing shots when he's been awesome in the fourth quarter when it counts. So it's hard to disagree with Brunson getting it. If Brunson gets it, OG's the kind of player who'll be like, oh, good. I'm so happy that Brunson got it, and just genuinely be like, he just seems like the most amazing teammate.
By the way, OG was always stone-faced, was so happy after that comeback. He actually smiled during a post-game interview.
Did you hear what he said? They're like, basically when they asked him about hitting this amazing tip-in, like greatest shot in Knicks history, he was like, cool. Yeah. It was cool. We're pretty happy. We're all pretty happy about it. The greatest moment ever. And he's like, yep. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, not bad.
One more to go. They're still locked in.
So the Knicks have shot 17% of all their shots in this series are corner threes.
That seems like a lot.
Other crazy stats. In the fourth quarter, there have been 102 points scored by the Knicks. OG and Brunson have scored 72 of those points.
Jesus.
Oh, by the way, the exact quote from OG was, "It feels cool. Everyone's excited. I'm excited too." Just unbelievable. Other things. The Knicks 200 plus 279. It's the greatest point differential in a postseason ever. The second place is the 2017 Warriors at plus 230.
That's crazy. I mean, they've only lost 3 games all playoffs, a total of 6 points.
Yeah. Holy shit. Biggest comeback ever in a playoff game. The biggest comeback ever in a regular season game, I think, was 36 points. But this is just goddamn insane.
Also, the other comeback, I think, against Cleveland was the 5th biggest ever.
This is insane. I also want to point this out, and this is just, I'm going totally out of order here. But in the halftime show, Barkley was talking about the second foul on Cat, and I swear to God, ESPN raised the music so I couldn't hear Barkley talk about it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I couldn't. I was like, you son of a bitch.
I'm totally into the conspiracy that the NBA is trying to make this happen, which I don't like. Isn't it more exciting if it happens organically?
It's pretty exciting if the Knicks are genuinely beating the refs who are like, we're losing a lot of money on this. Like, we're keep, yeah, like they all get fired after the series because the NBA is like, you couldn't even fix this right. This was just absolutely. Oh, the other thing I thought was really funny was so you know how many points the Spurs scored in the second half?
Is it 30?
Yeah, 30. Then one more. They 29-point comeback. They scored 30. Do you know how many fans were taken into custody last night?
50?
56.
56.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
I mean, guys, I feel like there's just a lot of criminals that are using this as an excuse to just be bad.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's been really.
I saw some disgusting videos out there. Like, don't be those people.
Attacking the Spurs fan is like absolutely goddamn insane.
Yeah.
The Knicks record when they're down by 20 in the postseason the last 2 years, 5-2. Everyone else 4-71. Unbelievable. They said at halftime the Knicks were all about like Cat was like, we did this against Boston, we can come back here. They've been through so many comebacks that they're like, game's not over. Brunson's like, just hit singles. We're gonna work our way back. Like most teams would just freaking give up. The Knicks are like, we've been here already. We've been here recently. It's fine. They've come back in every goddamn win.
Yeah. They've been down double digits in every single game.
Right. There was a crazy stat that in games where the Knicks and the Spurs have now played each other. I guess this series 7 times. In games when the Spurs have a double-digit lead, it's like the Knicks are 5-1, and when the games where the Spurs have only a single-digit lead, the Spurs are 1-0. I think.
So that one loss was the smallest of those leads. It was only 12 points. They won all the bigger leads.
It really. So afterwards, they're asking Wemby, they're like, where do you go from here? And Wemby's like, well, we could just like give up or we're going to play hard. But you kind of like, when you talk about giving up, it was kind of like he was strongly considering that option.
Yeah. I don't know how you come back from that mentally. I mean, first of all, Wemby missed a shot at the end of the first game. Then he threw the ball at Castle's back at the second game and then fouled Brunson. And then the fourth game, he gets no points in the paint and misses a shitload of shots at the end again. Like, that's 3 chokes and 3 losses. I don't know mentally how he's doing after that.
He's been playing very poor. I mean, if I look at the future of the Spurs, Harper looks like he's going to be a star.
Yeah.
I think Wemby works out better if someone else is better on this team. Because one of the problems with the Spurs, they don't really have a closer. Like when you need like the Knicks, like ball in your hand at the end of the game, it's going to be Brunson. The only question is he going to set someone else up for the shot?
Yeah.
The Spurs, who has the ball at the end of the game? Who are they going to?
Seems like they're trying to go to Castle a lot.
Right, but Castle doesn't really seem like Castle also future All-Star. I don't really think Castle's the guy. Like, if anything, Dylan Harper looks like the guy like 3 years from now who will be your leader of your team.
Yeah.
Wemby looks like a guy like you're like, if Wemby was the second best player in your team, you're going to win multiple titles. But the first best player, he's just not there yet.
I think they have a good team, a very good team. All 3, Castle, Harper, and Wemby are all going to get better. And right now they're still too raw, and it doesn't help that their settling presence in Fox has been terrible.
Well, I mean, the first thing, if you're the Spurs this offseason, the first thing you do is go like, how do we move Fox? He just like doesn't like. We need to move him someone else. Like $50 million for Fox does not make sense in this team.
Also, Keldon Johnson has been so bad. I get excited when he goes into games.
I still think that the NBA was just trolling us by giving him the sixth man of the year. I've never seen a worse sixth man of the
It
year.
was a sarcastic sixth man of the year.
Yeah, he's like, guys, like I don't like this, like this is not funny, guys. Like I have to go up and accept your award. Like you're just a dick now, NBA.
He's been the worst guy on the court.
He's been so bad. He's unusable. Carter
Yeah.
Bryant, every game comes out for a few minutes, you're like, oh, he's not. Oh, he's definitely a rookie. Okay, put him back.
Carter Bryant just comes out, hockey checks somebody, and then goes back to the bench.
Right. It's not like their bench really is Keldon Johnson, who sucks, Luke Cornett, who's kind of unplayable, Luke Cornett, who you're like, please let's tread water during his minutes, and then Dylan Harper, who's really good.
Yeah.
Their bench isn't that deep, and they're not using anyone else, obviously, and not that they should use anyone else.
No, it's downhill from there. It's another, good starting lineup, pretty bad bench. I mean, that's been the makeup of a lot of these teams where you got a nasty starting lineup, like Denver, but they're just so thin it loses you games.
I would say, like, so the Spurs could have like a long run. They have a really excellent like core to build around. If I'm the Spurs, I'm taking all my and again, we don't know the outcome of the series yet, so the Knicks could lose this in like in a historic joke on the Knicks. But if I'm the Spurs and they they lose the series, I'm using all my assets to finish this roster off because you don't really know how long Wemby's career is going to be. Like, guys this size don't usually have, like, Ralph Sampson was Wemby. He did not have much of an NBA career. After a few years, he was gone. Yao Ming, the same thing. If you're Spurs, your window's open right now. You got to win the title next year.
You never know. I was talking with my coworker, Ryan, today, and he was saying how, they go on a dynasty. I said, yeah, but also, like, think about the Thunder. Everyone thought the Durant, Westbrook, Harden Thunder. Everyone's like they're going to win for a decade, and never saw them again.
Right? They had three first ballot Hall of Famers in their starting lineup.
Let's not forget Ibaka was awesome too.
You had so many good players. Won one finals.
Yeah. So you never. And you know what? They've been saying that about most of these finals winners. The Nuggets are going to go on a run. The Bucks are going to go on a run. Like. These windows close so quick. That's why I know some people are like, yeah, the Knicks roster is locked in for the next 3 years. I'm like, they got to win this year.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and this is not. I'm trying to be controversial, but the Knicks season at this point will be a failure if they don't win the title. Is that crazy to say up 3-1 in the finals?
No. This is probably the first time I think you can say that and not have it be ridiculous.
Yeah, no. It'd be a complete failure if you do not win one of the next 3 games. I would say hands down. I also was thinking about every time the team wins the finals, everyone's like, all the other teams are like, we need to copy what they're doing. They have a big three. Oh, they have this. So it's gonna be great when the entire NBA is like, we're no longer going to use the draft.
Right.
We want as few drafted players here as possible. Try to have a lot of second rounders on their team.
Well, I think a big part, and on not talked about part, is the fact that the Knicks are like 10 deep.
Yeah.
Because look what happens. McBride's having a bad series. Okay, now we have Alvarado.
Right. The bench isn't that like getting Alvarado at the deadline for nothing. Huge. Getting Shamet as your 15th man, huge. Jordan Clarkson, in game 3 at least, they lost that game, but he had some pretty good moments.
Yeah.
They have a lot of options.
Clarkson's had some surprisingly, because I was commenting how I forgot he was on the roster after game 2, and then he came in game 3 and he gave some really good minutes.
Right, to the point where I was like, maybe you want to play Clarkson a little bit more. His defense doesn't look bad, and he's hitting shots.
Yeah,
I think McBride's playing himself off the team for next year.
I mean, I don't think he's playing himself off the team because he was awesome in the prior series. I think this is just a bit up for him.
I think legitimately because of I love McBride, but because of his contract, I guess because of having to get under the cap for next season. Is he free agent this summer, or does he have one more year?
I think he's got one more year, and it's only $3 billion.
Okay. It's whenever if he has one more year, then he's obviously going to be here in his contract. I thought he was a free agent this summer.
No. Yeah, because this is a bad matchup for him. I don't think he has great handles, and
That's the
with the
issue.
Spurs defense, like this, with the Cavs defense, it doesn't matter. Like his handles are good enough to deal with that.
He
But the
can't
way the
take.
Spurs plays, you have to have insane handles. Because the Spurs are no, I mean it's a combination of what they're allowed to do and how they're defending.
Right. I think what it came down to is like last night was Brown was like, I just need someone else who can really handle the ball. I'm forced to put Alvarado in the game because I can't put like Shamit's not great, doesn't have the best handle. McBride does not have the best handle. Hart's just not going to stand. Like you needed someone else who could really handle the ball, which Clark was
Yeah,
obviously a major stepping up by Alvarado.
yeah, huge. I mean, arguably, like the Knicks are 2-2 or maybe even 1-3 if Alvarado isn't here, which is
I
insane. Like I never thought we'd be talking about the finals and Alvarado swinging the NBA finals, but here we are.
It's also crazy in the second quarter the Knicks at some point put on Jeremy Shoshan out there. So
Yeah,
like it was like a point where we're like, what's going on here? It's like the game's over, and the Knicks obviously came back and still won the game, which is just goddamn amazing. Everything
yeah.
about this, like this was flat out the best Knicks game I've ever seen in my life. Second place would be game one of the series.
Well, hopefully, Game 5 will be the new best game we've ever seen in our lives.
I'm like greatest Knicks games ever. Let's see, game four, then followed by game one, then game two, and oh my god! I can the next game. I mean, can Saturday night's game just be like the Knicks are up the entire time and they win the game?
That's what I want. I want them to go up by 20, and then 30 by a half, 40 by the third, and I want it to be like the East where the fourth quarter it's Kolick time and
So my
Daddy A is out there.
so my friend who I watched game two with, and he was like, "You want this? You want the game to be super tight. It's so much better when they win a 1 point game than a blowout." And it was an awesome. Like Knicks had an awesome win in that game. It's like that was also like everything. The series been amazing, but I'm like, in the last game, if the Knicks have like the Hawks game and win by 50, is that going to be almost like obviously you're excited to win a title, but like it's not as exciting of a last game?
It's not as exciting the last game if you are I think, more casual fan. If you've been watching for decades, to me, it's the best. It's the cherry. It's the cherry on top, the icing on the cake. It justifies like saying this is one of the greatest playoff runs. It shows that we are wildly better than the Spurs, not like squeaking by each game. I want a huge, huge blowout.
I'd like the game not to be. Well, first off, obviously everyone's going to say like, "Oh, you played a young Spurs team. They weren't even very good. They were like they might have been the worst team in all the Western Conference. They were like
Yeah.
a G League team. All those guys had barely. None of them had ever touched the basketball before the series started. You know, Wemby was 4 foot during the game. Like it was
Yeah.
the most insane possible things.
Yeah, it's funny. They were like world beaters like 2 weeks ago, and now people are already like questioning them.
Analytically, the Spurs swept the series. It's
And
just, it's going to be insane what they say about the Spurs.
I see a bunch of things. Even the coach was like, we're beating ourselves. I'm like, such a coincidence that the Knicks played four straight teams that are beating themselves.
Right. You're beating yourself. Like, well, actually, according to the score, the other team's beating you.
Yeah.
I love the you see the Seinfeld Larry David thing.
Yeah.
It's someone whoever this person with like a small amount of followings had this amazing. It was like the Spurs are good at getting the lead, but it's about holding the lead. It's not getting like the reservation line. I can't do it justice, but it's such a funny
Holding
line.
the lead's the most important part.
Right. It's not getting the lead; it's holding the lead. So okay, we only have a little bit of time left here, and we
Yeah.
will do another episode soon, and obviously we'll do one after the series is over, and it would have been awesome if we did one after every game, and can't believe we shut down our podcast the year the Knicks won the title, but
We joked about that happening for 12 years.
everything about this has just been the most a regular season of 52 wins, nothing special, they looked good at times, to the most I've just never seen anything like this in sports, but
No.
and someone said like said to me, they were like, it's kind of like the Giants when they won the Super Bowl. they'd have like an average regular season and then
Mm-hmm.
just like go insane for the playoffs, which is, yes, this is comparable. Okay, series is not over. Do the Spurs have a legit chance? Can they win 3 more straight? Can they? I mean, the Yankees were up 3-0 against the Red Sox, and that turned out poorly. Can this happen to us?
They can. It's not like the Spurs have been getting run off the floor like the other teams have been playing. I personally believe that if the game is called even close to even, that the Knicks are winning by double digits.
Say the games aren't called close to even. Say that hypothetically, maybe the refs are going to make some bad calls against the Knicks. I don't know. Like, possibly. I could see some fantasy world where maybe the refs call some ridiculously bad fouls against the Knicks. I'm just saying that hypothetically that could happen.
Aren't they running out of corrupt refs to throw at this series?
It's the NBA. You can't run out of corrupt refs.
I mean, like, isn't there like 1 or 2 that are?
I love the like AI videos where they show like the De'Aaron Fox is like giving money to the refs, like, and then the refs will be like, the Spurs have paid us off more than the Knicks because the Knicks are cheap, and we're gonna make all these great calls against the Knicks. These AI videos are really funny. I'm sure also some people are watching that being like, oh my God, I'm seeing it. They're really giving them money.
Yeah.
How worried are you from 1 to 10 about the Knicks losing this series?
A 2.
I
think they may lose game 5, but I don't think they're losing 3 in a row.
Someone pointed out to me in the Celtics series, it was obviously 2 games on the road. Then they lost the 3rd one, won the 4th one, lost the 5th one, and then won the 6th one. Which is following the same kind of, it would follow the same kind of pattern. Not that it has to. I will start getting really nervous if they blow next game.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think the Spurs have the comeback gene the Knicks have. So if the Knicks can go up big, I think it's a wrap. I won't be worried about the second half of the game. Obviously, if the Spurs go up big, I'm going to think the Knicks can come back anyway.
I feel like the Spurs don't have the comeback gene, and I think it just breaks your soul. Like, that kind of game just breaks your damn soul. It's really going to be...
I'd be more worried about next game or the series in general if what happened last game did not happen. But I don't know. I don't know how mentally you can come back from this. Fox has got to be questioning his entire game at this point. Wemby, for all the talk in your head, the Knicks are definitely in his head.
Wemby's had some really bad stretches in this series.
Brutal.
Brutal stretches. I have to think like how well the Knicks are playing. I know they've been down in every game, but they are just doing. If you're within 10 points, I just can't see. I can't see the Knicks 3 straight games being within 10 points in the 4th quarter and not winning one of those games.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'd be nice to get the Knicks don't go. It'd be great. I'm just throwing this out there. If the Knicks don't go down by 10 points for the first quarter, just try keeping the game closer for the first quarter. It might be easier.
Just blow the doors off. Send this thing home.
Okay, we are running out of time, Jay. Any last thoughts?
Not really. I think we covered it all. We'll be back hopefully Sunday talking about a finals win.
Yes.
And a championship.
And coordinating anyone who wants to meet us for the parade. You're going to go to the parade, right, Jay?
I think I have to.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to miss work. It'd be nice for the parade to be on the weekend, during the week.
They're going to do it on like a Tuesday afternoon just to screw everybody.
They're going to be like, they're like, the parade's actually during your big meeting at work, Jay.
Right.
My annual review and the parade at the same time? God damn it.
Yeah, I'm literally going to ask to just shift my hours and go to them.
I said to my wife, I was like, I think they're going to like reschedule, like they're going to cancel school for this. She's like, they're not canceling our son's bio regents. I'm like, fine, you win.
All right, so hopefully you'll be able to upload this episode, and
we'll find out in a minute. I need to end the episode, so we can figure this out.
All right.
I'll even try to add the hello and goodbye music, but if I get this anywhere, if anyone else hears this episode, I'll have succeeded.
If you
Okay.
get this up and actually link it on all the social media sites, I'll be very proud of
Okay. Well, you're asking a lot. Okay. I'll keep you posted on this. Okay. Okay, guys. Next time you hear us, we will hopefully be singing the championship. We're playing We Are the Champions.
you. Yep.
Okay. Later, guys.